vai ser fácil, eu não sei só que pode falar. It's a time we share our Bible stories with the children. And the first story that we heard read to us was the story about Moses. He went up to the mountain to get the 10 Commandments. He went for 40 days and 40 nights. And then people got really restless, didn't know what to do, didn't know where he was, whether he was coming back or not. But then they went up to Moses' brother Aaron and said to him, "Well, we're not sure where this guy is, bringing us all this way, and now he's gone. So we want you to make some gods for us, gods that we can see, or images of God that we can relate to." So Moses' brother Aaron said, "Oh, well, I'm not sure where he's to, so I'll make us something." So he actually collected all the gold earrings, pendants, whatever, and he melted them and made the calf. The calf is a small cow or small bull. Still, people think why he made it, but it was, he said, "Here's your God, now you can worship." So Moses came down after 40 days, 40 nights, and all he could hear was some noise. And Joshua was also waiting for him somewhere on the mountain. He said, "Sounds like some yelling and screaming, like after triumph or victory in battle." And Moses said, "Well, it doesn't sound like that. It doesn't even sound like wailing or crying after a loss in the battle. It sounds like music." But when Moses came near, he saw that people were just singing and dancing, and bowing and worshipping this golden calf or golden cow. Moses got very angry. I was reading the story, I thought to myself, sometimes people say we should scream and jump and dance. Sometimes we dance to God. Well, maybe that's okay, but Moses didn't like that. I think that was part of the Egyptian way of worshiping. And these people were doing it, celebrating and dancing and bowing. But Moses did something very bad. He held the 10 Commandments and threw it at them. And all got broken. And then he asked people to choose which ones are going to serve God and which ones are going to follow the way of the golden bull. In the end, he ordered the Levites, or the priests, to kill all those people, the idolatries, or the people who worship the cow, the bull. And they didn't even go to the Holy Land. So that's the first story. It's about when we are in doubt. Children, sometimes when you really don't know what to do, don't follow your instincts. Just remember what your parents, what other people tell you. Remember that don't do the wrong things. Sometimes we like to see God in several things, but that's the God we follow. We can't see, we can't touch, we can't even talk to sometimes. We talk to by ourselves, it doesn't talk back to us. But God is there, always there. So don't do anything bad when we are not sure what's going on. Second story is a story about a king. There's a king wanted to hold a banquet or a feast for his son's wedding. So, just like any wedding, you invite people a long time before the wedding. Now you come to the wedding, come to the feast. So on the day, very close to the day of the wedding and the feast, we reminded people, we sent out people to remind them, remember, come to the feast, prepare everything, so don't forget. No. They make excuses. Same stories in Luke. Some say, oh, I just bought a field, I have to go and look at it. Some say, oh, I just bought some cows and a plow, I have to go and check it out. Yeah, some people say, oh, I just got married, so I can't come, please excuse me. So in the end, the king was very mad. And he sent his servants, said, go out anywhere in the streets, find anybody, good or bad, just grab them and bring them to the feast. I want people to celebrate my son's wedding. So that's what happened. And the story, well, I put two sides of the story there. They say when the king went out, he saw some people there. One person. I think the first picture you can see there's a very weird looking person. And so if that's the case, the king said to him, all right, out. You're not wearing the proper clothes. And some people think that the second picture was the story. He went out and saw this person kind of overdressed and overkill. Try to be different from everyone. So he also, well, it depends what you want to relate that story to. Whether the person was dressed poorly or whether he was overdressed, but he was told to get out of the wedding. So that's two stories. But I think it's also very true. Sometimes when you're invited, just go without any worries, don't care, no combing of the hair, no shaving, very dirty clothes. You know, if you go to somebody's place who invites you, that person's going to be unhappy and might ask you, go and have a shower first before you come to my house or my feast. And sometimes we are on the second place. We are in the second picture. We get invited and we all just get dressed up, we try to be different, try to be smart, and try to be better than everybody. And we can make people uncomfortable. So it's a very nice story. Because we can both relate to either being poor or careless. When I read the second picture, it reminds me of the modern trend of weddings. Now, some brides will really go mad if bridesmaid end up dressing better than her, or even drawing attention from herself. And we read about so many arguments and anger about some brides being angry with bridesmaids who try to outdo them or to look better than them, because it's about them and not about us. So I think it's a good reminder when I preach, and that's mainly what I'll be preaching about. So that when we are asked, remember the person who asked you, and be respectful, be nice, be appreciative, and be happy, and don't do anything that is not really nice. So God bless you and continue to be with you in your